Hello everyone and welcome to the second round of the Speed Force Racing GP2 series. My name is Chingwell and I'm bringing you the broadcast of the GP2 series with nobody alongside me. Normally James would stand alongside me, but something has come up to him and we couldn't find someone alongside me. So I will probably be on my own today for the tonight review, to watching the GP2 race. And let's start off with the driver standing. Last week we saw Walker coming from 18th place on the grid, and he did win the Australian Grand Prix. In second place is Ibini in the McLaren, third is Gobbo, fourth is Senna Martins, fifth is SAF1 Quinton, sixth is Surrey, seventh is Young Lights, 8th is King David, 9th is Irish New Potato, 10th is Whiteload Billy. In 11th place we have Kasaidi, 12th Noah, 13th James TLH, 14th Chris 9099 Tam. In 15th we have EJ, 16th Frog Lover, 17th is Adam, but he is on the holiday so he won't be racing today. In 18th we have X Gamer, 19th we have TNR Frederick, and in 20th place is Meaden Crumpy. And let's go quickly to the constructor standings. Where we will have McLaren into the lead. They scored 2 points more than Alfa Romeo in second place, but they got the first win of the season. Renault is in third, Racing Point in fourth, Ferrari is in fifth place, Mercedes is in sixth, Williams is in seventh, and Rebel in eighth. Then the last two teams I don't see, but I think that they are Haas and they are Alpha Tauri. But the last three teams haven't scored points this season. So that are the championship standings. We have 18 drivers here for the moment. And then we'll have to wait when we will ready up. When we will ready. We're only missing drivers for the Mercedes team, alongside James TLH and Alfa Romeo alongside Irish New Potato. Hopefully we can have a full grid, it will be nice. And talking about the Bahrain track, it's in my opinion one of the best tracks. It's very difficult if you run no assist, but I assume some of these guys are using ABS, which helps, especially at the difficult turn 10. And it's a very good, quick track, of course. As I see, the drivers are already up now. So we'll go quickly into the qualifying session, and I think we almost have a full grid. We have 19 drivers. Hopefully someone can join to have a full lobby. So let's move on to the qualifying session now. I think yesterday the GP3 qualifying was in the 125s. Maybe we can see a low 25 or a high 24, we'll see. And if you haven't noticed already, yesterday in the new patch we've got the black Mercedes, and it's also been announced today that the Formula E team of Mercedes will also wear the black livery with some blue stripes over the car, which is a very nice feature. I like the livery. I hope you also. So we're finally going into qualifying session now, and let's see who gets pole. And I think last week Young Lights got pole position. At that time he raced for Renault, but now he has switched to the rivals, which is Red Bull. Red Bull and Renault doesn't like each other very much. So this is what we've got. 19 drivers, and the only team who isn't, I think they're all complete. No, only Valtteri Bottas. This car isn't driven by another driver. But the first one out is, let's find out who. It is Gobbo in the Racing Point, the pink Mercedes as it's called. And the Racing Point team is in real life waiting for the result of the protest Renault has signed twice about the brake ducts. Thinking we will see or her in the next coming days what the result will be. But we'll see then. We'll see a nice pink helmet for Gobbo. It matches perfectly with the Racing Point. He's driving in Stroll, his car. Hopefully he isn't strolling today. As you had the first joke already. As White Billy has left the session, and see a yellow flag at the main straight. Don't know why, but something weird. Hopefully we won't have the yellow flags passing up like in pre-season. But let's do a lap with Gobbo. He's starting off his flyer now. Going with maximum power into the first corner. It's he brakes too late. That's easy to do when you miss the apex. You need to be careful on the throttle if you do no traction. Here we have the second DRS on. You can expect some overtaking here, but you need to be very close to someone's rear. Here at turn 4, you don't need to lose the cars. Here we have a quick S section, and on the outside curb you can easily lose it, but Gobbo does it perfectly and locks up again where he misses turn 8. And now we're going to the difficult turn 9 and 10 section. Will he lock up here? He will, but he takes the apex, which is very important. Here we have the other DRS section. We don't see much overtaking normally here, but here he is driving over the curb to get the perfect exit, and that's a smart thing to do. And here, just don't touch the curb and you'll be fine. Then to the penultimate corner, he misses the apex there. Now we have a little straight to the last corner, and here is the inside curb is difficult, so don't touch it, otherwise you will push off the track. But Gobbo isn't happy with his lap and goes straight into the pits. So the first lap will be from Young Lights, and he sets a 126.5 on mediums. And is straightly beaten by NCL Cam and 25.5 on the soft tire. Here we have X-Gamer, goes up to second with a 25.6, and then we have a train of cars, with Frog coming into 4th, Rage coming into 4th, then the Mercedes of James GLH coming into 3rd with a low 26. Albini will finish 2nd in Australia, gets the 3rd time, and that's straightly beaten by Sana Martin, who just missed out on the podium last week. Further we have both McLarens now, behind both Renaults. Quinton just had a time with a 1:26.1. It's slightly faster than his teammate, and his teammate is slightly faster than James. But let's move to Iriche, who's I think about to cross the line. As he goes to P7. And let's move on to Frederick. He is on the lap, but hasn't set a time yet. He's in the Williams car of Nicolas Latifi. I don't know if Frederick was racing last week. And he validates his time as Whitelaw Billy is back into the session, and so I think Frederick will now go into the pits and put another set of soft tires on, and will shortly go for another run. As both racing points are back out on the track, they're close behind each other. And Gobo is really struggling with the brakes, and the brakes are easier to manage with the lockups. And last season, or I should mean on the last game, some people called this track Lockup Center, with turn 9 and 10 really difficult way not to lock up. Oh, it was an overall track where it was hard to lock up, and Whitelaw Billy left the session again, so I think he's struggling with his internet, which isn't good news. And Quinton has done another lap on the softs. I think he improved slightly. And I haven't had a look into the strategy terms, but last season we saw, I think, quite a few with mediums, but now 9 of the 10 have set a soft tire time, I think. Yes, only young lights. So do people go for a 2-stopper or a 1-stop with the soft to hard, or a soft medium soft? We'll see later, and that makes it always interesting. Nine drivers haven't set a time. These are Suryat, TNR Frederick, New Potato, Kasaidi, Gubbo, Whitelaw Billy, Chris 9099 Ham, Mead and Crumpy, and Mumharton South, if I pronounce it correctly. Sorry if I didn't. Let's wait and see what Gobbo will do. He hasn't invalidated this time, so that's good news. But let's see if he's satisfied with that time. Let's see. Goes to 1:26.147. Let's move quickly to his teammate. Here he comes. Opens up the DRS, and it brings him behind his teammate in 8th. They're just 110 thousandths apart from them. Here we have New Potato. He's on the mediums and he spun. Will he hit the wall? Yes, he will, but not very heavy damage, but a minor damage. So that's luck for him. Let's hope he doesn't get in others' way or on a lap. I think Young Light is on the lap, and he's just seeing New Potato. And Gobbo, of course, also off the track, but better off the track and let him go than impeding someone's lap. Mm, you have a grip penalty or a qualifying ban for the next race at Vietnam. I think I can put the lap data on. And Young Lions is of course a second quicker. And it will be close to pole, I reckon. We have a new fastest lap, 125.1 by New Zealand Cam. And Young Lions goes behind with 125.2. Also not a bad time. EJ just starts a lap now. I think we have Rage now. Yes, Rage is on an improvement. A big improvement he is. Where can Mr. Rage put himself? Can he put into the top 10? He will with a P5 125.8. Let's move now to one of the Renault boys. Firstly go to X-Gamer, and then we'll go to Senna. They're currently on the second row now, but can they push themselves to the first row? Can Senna go? He stays in third, and Senna stays also in fourth. So no change there. What can the McLaren do? He goes into the pits. So he was on a improvement. Is one of the Alphas on the lap. We have Martin, but I think that lap time isn't very competitive. It isn't. Goes very conservative into pit entry. You don't get a time or a grid penalty for that, so you'll be fine. We have Sheridan on the lap. I think he's the only one on the lap, if I'm right. Yeah, also meeting Grumpy, but he's I think at the just starting his lap. Let's see. Yeah, he's just started his lap, so let's move to Seriat. Was funny enough ahead of Frederick, and these two were fighting for the GP3 championship last season, which was won by Frederick at the final race. So they're close rivals. On the last game, on new game, everyone is different, and you have different pace. So you just missed out on the top 10. Let's go to medium Crumpy, who was also in GP3 last season. So these three have made a step up to GP2. And also the same for Gobbo, who was at the moment the highest promoted driver, you can say. But what can medium Crumpy do? He hasn't set the time yet, but goes up to 5th. 125.8 is currently the 5th fastest time. And his teammate is also on a run. Here we have him, Frederick, but he goes into pits. Oh no! He did a kind of fake pit entry, just fell in behind his teammate. Further down, we have Gob on the lap, but he invalidated. And here's Newt Potato, he's on the lap, on the mediums. I wonder what he can do on the mediums. I think it will be hard to get himself into the top 10 if all runners decide to go on the soft. Don't know if that was a bit acted or he wasn't happy with his lap. To show it to us. I was having a little drink, but let's see what New Potato can do on mediums. But he'll go straight into the pits, and I think it's the best choice to put a soft on, get a real good grip position. And the run is also difficult because it's a very tight turn 1 and a very tight turn 2, where you also see in real life incidents. And it's the best way to try and not be involved in the incidents. As we'll have a look at Martin now, the other Alpha. Has been let go by the Haas of Frog Lover. Quinten goes into 4th, splitting both Renaults. And Senna passes at the apex, almost at the apex, but let's move on to Martin, difficult name to pronounce. He goes into 14th place. It's very close to, if you want to squeeze yourself into the top 10, just look at the gap between Gobble here in 10th and to Kasai in 15, both racing points. It's only a 10th. It really is. So that's how close it is. At the front it's more spread out. The difference between the first two, and then we have the Renault powered cars with XK, Quinten and Senna. Who is now on a lap? It's Frog Lover. He'll face another Renault. That's Senna. Goes out of the way very smartly. Three drivers haven't set the time yet. These are Irish New Potato, White Load Billy and Chris. I know that White Load Billy is struggling with his provider or his internet, as Frog Lover invalidates. That's his qualifying over. So he'll start from 16th place or maybe lower. The next one is Rage, but he just started the lap. But we can follow him, and Rilo Billy and Chris Tam have opted to stay in the pits. I haven't seen both out on track, but maybe they rather start at the back than be in the middle of the pack. So you can avoid damage, and you can get a good result in the end, and that's what matters. We're following Rage. If he just only improve attempts, he's already up to 7th. That's how close it is, and if we have a look at the leader, you can see how close it is. The top 11 is between the second, and I mentioned it already, between Gobbo and Martin. It is closer than a 10th, but that's also Rage had a purple second sector. That's interesting. At the moment he is 7/10 off, but what can he do in the Charles Leclerc Ferrari? Goes to 4th place, just behind X Gamer and just in front of Quinten. Let's move to Young Rice. Can he get pole position like last week in Australia? Yes, he can. 1:24.8 for the British driver. And New Potato goes to 3rd. X Gamer goes back to 3rd. Then we have Sana to 2/10 up. Where can he go up to? P5. Where can New Zealand can do? He doesn't improve his lap time, so I think we will have Young Rice on pole if no one steals his pole away from him. What can Ebony do? Outside the top 10, he will have a free tire choice. Let's follow James TLH. Oh, he invalidates it. Oh, he validates it. What can the other Ferrari of Surrey do? He goes with 12. James GLH will squeeze themselves into the top 10, but it validates it. But P11 is not a bad place to start, theoretically, and also Frederick has validated his lap time. I think we have them all. Outrage will now go into the pits. And that's qualifying done, so we'll have Young Lights for the second time this season into pole position, with the only one who managed to go into the 24s. I think we'll see a lot of these kind of times tomorrow in the GP1 division. And some people are also saying that Young Lights is, in pace wise, needs to be in the highest division, and you could agree on that if you see if he is the only one who managed to go into the 24s. And last week he was also on pole. But I think all the admins will evaluate all the drivers if they maybe need to shift up or to go down. So maybe next week we'll see him at Vietnam in the GP1 class. But we'll see. We first of all have the race coming up, and then we'll have the interviews, and we maybe have Lights in there. And maybe we'll ask him. Waiting till the time clock ticks off, and then we can quickly go through the results of the qualifying session, which is now second pole of the season. Young Lights, mentioned it already, but I think you lost it when I'm saying it. So we'll have a British front row with Young Lights and Neil Silkham. Young Lights is 2/10 quicker than him. And in third row, or I mean third place, is X-Gamer. Fourth is Irish Newt Potato. Fifth is Senna. Sixth is Rage. Seventh is Quinton. Eighth is Cassidy. Ninth is Mead and Crumpy. And rounding off the top 10, just behind Mead and Crumpy, just ahead of James TLH, is Tina Frederick. In P11 we have James TLH. 12 we have Chariot, 13 EJ, 14 Gobble, 15 Ebony, 16 Martin, 17 Frog, and without the time our White Little Billy and Chris 999 Sam. And Frog Lover was the only driver to put on a medium time, but it wasn't really competitive if we saw that lap time. So that's done, and we're going to the grid now, where all the drivers will now select their strategy. And we'll be interested to see what the drivers be outside the top 10 will choose. Will they maybe try to go medium hard for more conservative strategy? Will they do it the other way with hard to medium, or maybe hard to soft? We'll see. Here we are here on the starting grid to start off the formation lap, and let's see what everyone's tires are on. Interestingly, outside of the top 10 we have different tire compounds with, I will go to them. It's our James TLH, who is starting on the hard tire in the Mercedes, and I don't know if it's a smart move for the start, but I think it can pay off at the end. If there will come a safety car for the same like Gobble, they are in a good position when it comes out. And if it comes out, let's say between lap 15 and 20, they can put on a medium, and if they want to do bold strategies, they can put on a soft. We'll see how their strategy will play out, and On the mediums we have Surjat, EVJ, Ebony, Martin, Frog Lover, Wild Billy, Chris and King David. King David joined us through qualifying. These are the Mercedes at the back. Here we have Sluities on screen with a medium to hard and a, I think it was two, so with two set of softs and a medium. That's what I saw, but Wild Billy and Chris get disqualified. That's not good news. But it can happen, of course. It's not the best way to prepare yourself for the race. And how long can these top 10 guys run with the soft tire? The soft tire is not really a recommended tire, I think, around Bahrain, where you can wear those out quite quickly. Here you have the two-stop with two set of softs and a medium and a hard tire. I think everyone will go for the medium. They're more enjoyable to drive, and the hard tire is not really a race tire. It's more a tire that can last very long, and that isn't really. There's not much pace in them. But Young Light is leading the field to the grid. Everyone will go into their grid slot, and let's sit back and relax for what we hope to be a very great Bahrain Grand Prix here in Speedforce Racing, the GP2 division. The last car is slotted in his grid slot, and then we'll wait until the lights will come up. They are coming up, and it's 5 red lights. And they're off now for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Jonas got, I think, a pretty good start. He's already defending off Diesel Cam, and Cam goes to the outside, but will there be crashes into turn 1? Oh, I see a bit of contact. I see some front wings flying, but everyone goes safely through. Or not for Martin. Already have a change of lead between Young Lions and Diesel Cam going toe to toe, entering the little less section near the Bahrain circuit. But really, Young Lions defends the inside, but can he go for the switchback? Oh, it's close between the rear tire of Young Lions and the front wing of Diesel Cam, but he goes to the inside in the difficult 10th, turn 10th, and he goes into the lead. What a move from Cam, but can Young Lions straightly bounce back? He can't, so we have Diesel Cam leading on the first lap here at the Bahrain track with centimeter 1 position, and we have a yellow flag for New Irish Potato. And he has hit the wall. Maybe he got taken out with a touch or a traction wrong. But we'll have Diesel Cam leading the Bahrain Grand Prix with Young Lights on his rear. Goes down the inside, probably have overtake mode on. The left thing was not what I want. Young Lights goes into P1, but can Diesel get the switch back? He's right on the rear of Young Lights. We'll get first into turn 4. It will be the Alpha Tauri driver, but they're side by side going into turn 6. Who is getting front? It's the Alpha Tauri defense. Great move with Young Lights behind him, and both Renault still waiting for their chances. Oh, Young Lights lost it! Young Lights is out of the race, and we have a virtual safety car now, and we have lost Young Lights. So he won't secure his pole position into a race win today, as we have a virtual safety car now. And Young Lights straightly left the session. He's probably angry or disappointed or whatever. He is out and we'll probably see him next week. James Yates also has left the session and he is in P9. And remember, he is on the hards, but if he doesn't join back, he doesn't really have the advantage with the strategy he's playing. So now we have both Reynolds onto the podium. Sergio gets a drive through for speeding under the VSC. And where is Sergio? He's in 8th. He has been the first medium runner as we have. Oh, we have a smart, maybe smart from Sergio to already do his drive through. And we have Rage going into the pits with a new front wing and hard tires. And we have Ibanez losing positions. Oh, he's been off the track. Ooh, and he was in the points, so I don't know what happened to him, but he dropped out of the points as Quits gets the first time penalty, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And where is Chris? He is in 7th place, so he was starting on the back, so we have a battle here between both Mercedes. Whoa, King David made a good one. And you have King David, the head of and the braking zone, ahead of James DLH, who obviously has to be joined back. Here the confirmation with the X. Oh, EHJ lost his front wing on him. Yes, he has. Not good news. But King David and Gobble are at it. King David has made a good start. He joined through qualifying. Don't forget that, and he started from 20th place and is up to 9th. Which also the same for Chris, but let's see to the position changes. Chris has the most with 12 and King David is second with 11 places up, and most drivers have made a position except from the Prix boys. As Chris is in the pits. The pit stops that are coming, these are for people with drive-throughs or no drive-throughs. Yeah, it could be drive-throughs, but these were only for Syrian, but also for drivers with front wing damage, and also Martin has come into the pits. To the front, Diesel Cam is checking out with a little 2-second lead to both Reynolds with X-Game, closely followed by Senna. Senna's a little train to, X-Game has a train with Senna, Casali and Quinton, and with me and Crumpy 2 seconds off. And then we have Gobble, 7. Closely followed by King David, who receives a really good pace here on the black Mercedes. Just keep an eye out for him at the end. Remember, he can go longer as he is on the harder tire, and we'll have younger tires at the end. If we have a 100% green race and no safety car involved. Oh, Gobble locked up. And we have a move for both Reynolds with Senna now going into 2nd place. And will King David make a move? He breaks in contact between him and the pink Mercedes. King David straightly defends to the inside, so and Gobble doesn't have a look of real taking him, but here we have him, Senna Martins in P2, overtook X-Gamer, and is already creating a gap to his teammate, and let's see if he maybe can challenge to Diesel Cam, but it will be difficult. And then we have Quentin, he's into overtake mode. Can he overtake Casali? He better thinks of it to later try to overtake him. He's only lap 5 and the tires of these softs will drop and we lose a Ferrari. That's Rage. Rage lost it probably off the curb. And it's only hard there. We need to get a few laps under that belt to have temperature in them, and so they're pretty much now in the cold tires phase, if that's a word. Not much moves happening, and the battle is at the front for P2 with both Reynolds, Racing Point and Quinton in the McLaren. Great helicopter shot we have here. I really love those shots, especially at Bahrain under the flat lights. And Nizel Cam is really fast. He is really fast. Then overtook his gamer on the last lap and checked out another second. So he can just get a 3-second time penalty and he'll be just fine. If it stays green, of course. If there will be a late safety car, he's had a big problem, but he doesn't have one now, so that's positive for him. Can Gassaidi maybe get a move on X-Game? He is quite close to him. Let's move him on board. He gets closer, but not enough to make a dive. Thought X-Game was very close to Senna's rear, but he moves closer. And Gobbo has come back to King David. So now the hard tires are under really temperatures. As will King David make him go straightly back, countering him back? Oh, Gobbo locks up. That's a good opportunity for King David. Side by side going into the little last section. They're still side by side. Will this end up well? Oh, Gobbo's squeezed it up, but King David sticks his nose in, and they're still side by side going into the difficult turn 9 and 10. But King David thinks the better of it, and Gobbo is in 7th place. But they're now having Irritate Ebony behind him. Tableau, I mean. So you need to have an eye for that. If they battle too much, they both can evolve. Quentin is now very close to the rear of Gassaidi. James Lacy joins back, but he's in P14. And we have the first stoppers with Cam and X-Game going in. So it's clear that Ilzil Cam doesn't want to get undercutted, so he is the first one to stop, which is a smart idea. And if now safety car comes out, then he has a big problem, of course. And Gobbo and King David are again back at it. Now we're on board now with King David, puts overtake mode on, took a different line. Will he make a move at turn 4? He sticks his nose in. Oh, there was almost contact between the two, but it stays close between both Mercedes powered cars. Oh, Gobbo was going very wide out of that corner. And New Zealand is in clean air, which very helps him. Same for X-Gamer. X-Gamer can make the undercut work on his teammate or get an advantage on Gassaidi and Quinton, but Quinton has stopped. We stopped for the mediums and X-Gamer for the hards and Nizel Cam for the medium. So let's move to the front now and see what these top 3 will put on. As of our Senna and the Renault, Gassaidi in the Racing Point and medium Crumpy in the Williams. I think they're all coming in. Yes, they will. So let's see on which tire they will come on. And first we see Senna. Here we have the Renault crew. It will be hard tire, so the Renault boys are opting for the hard tire. Gassaidi goes on for a medium if I'm right, and medium Crumpy goes for the hards. interesting strategic plays here. And where will Senna come out? Will be close with his teammate. Oh, he was just in front. Oh, here we have Quinten. Can he split both Renaults? He can! He can. So we have the Renaults are split by the McLaren of Quinten, but Senna goes straightly back with overtake mode on. Countering straight back, that's the best thing to do. But can Quinten get in on the traction? No, he can't. So that opportunity to overtake Senna for Quinten has gone now, and you need to be patient for the next race maybe. Here we have Chariot, who had to drive too early on in the race, is getting pressured by Kasai and Medium Crumpy. They are Kasai made contact with Chariot, and Kasai is the biggest loser out of the turn 2 battle, as we have a sector 1 incident. It's Rage, he is again off the exit of turn 4, could be with the traction. Luckily he does get into the way of White or Billy. But the track is clear now. Thought I saw something, but not really. And Rage has spun again, so his tires are now overheated. And Cam is now at the back of a big train who is for the lead. King David then is now defending against Ebony, but Ebony can get a good traction over the area. Oh, Cam almost contact with the rear tire of Ebony. Ebony goes defensive, but that leaves the door open for Cam. And Cam has front wing damage. Cam has front wing damage on the right front. He goes down the inside, but you can see he has front wing damage on the right front. That can play part, especially in the braking zones, especially when, like now, he's in dirty air, so he misses a bit of downforce. When you make a move on King David, he will, as Rage retires into the pits, and luckily not on track. And Ebony is really pressuring King David now. How long can these mediums go? And how long will the hards go for Gobbo? Gobbo currently leading the race. Let's move to the battle for which is your second place, but if the drivers, let's say SK, Senna, Quinten, these kind of drivers, if they listen to the stream, they know that the leader Cam has front wing damage, which is a advantage for them, so they need to work together to catch him. As Cam is obviously facing traffic now and it's getting holding up by Gobbo, but I think the Renault power car, that's Colton, they could get the advantage, as maybe these mediums are away when they face them, but in here is Cam, he's on the wrong side, so you won't get the overtake done here. Oh, that's a nice switchback. That is a great move from the race leader now it is, and Gobbo gets a 3-second time penalty. He was off the track apparently. So we'll have him into the lead, and he what's his cap to Reynolds? It's 6 seconds. So keep an eye on the gap. And Ebony has made a move on King David, as we have King David's teammate is off at the turn 10 corner. But Ebony hasn't got DRS, so King David will probably make this move easy now. He doesn't use his overtake, as he is quite low on ERS, so then it's better to not use it. And he takes a different line. See it for the second time, and now he pulls overtake on and goes for the outside move, but I think it will be a switchback. No, he stays on the outside. Will he make the long way round work? No, he doesn't have the advantage coming entering the corner, but the McLaren goes very deep into the corner. And now moving on to turn 8. A little switchback doesn't work, so even he stays in front. And if they keep on fighting, they will have the Reynolds at the back. And Cassidi has squeezed himself into the DRS window, which is second. Medium Grumpy gets closer and closer. But remember, Quentin and Cassidi are on the mediums, so obviously they are quick. But the Reynolds are going longer. Let's see how this will play out. I can maybe the team with Quentin Ebony have a play in his battle with the Reynolds. We'll have a look. The medium runs aren't coming in now. But Quentin is now close to the rear of Senna. Will he make a move? He showed that he is there in the mirrors. There isn't a position change coming or a swap. As I say, that Senna makes a move. They're going side by side there, and Quentin sticks his nose in. He does, and he taps the rear of Ace Games right rear, and luckily he's still on track, but he lost the position to Cassidi. That's luckily for Cassidi, but not for Quentin. So he'll need to get a try to get the place back, and maybe have a second run on the Renault cars. King David is starting to lose the DRS to Ebony. Now has now lost it, so maybe his tires are starting to drop off. Let's see if the medium runners will come in. It's almost the half point of the race. Ebony doesn't come in, but King David does. So I'll assume he will put on the hard tire and go to the end. Here we have confirmation. Now for the medium runners, the hard tire is available for the strategy to go as fast as they can to crossing the line. Same as for the Chariot. And the Ferrari also put on the harder tire. And luckily for the Renaults, they won't face the medium runners. Still a 1.7 gap from Senna to Ebony, but they're not being affected by the dirty air. That's when you're closer than 1 second. So that's positive. What's the gap now between Cam and the Renaults? 5.8. It stays the same. But also Cam is on a softer tire. Remember that. So we could have an interesting end of this Bahrain Grand Prix here in the GP2 division. With a big train of cars here. Like for pretty much the whole race between Reynolds, Cassidi and Quentin. We'll see some moves now. I think they're all too far away from each other, as we have now Ebony going into the pits. He goes a lap later than King David. So let's see how the undercut will work. We'll have a look at that, as also Tiana Frederick comes in. Let's see where he will come out against King David. We'll move on to King David's on board and Getsi in front. Oh, they're side by side going into Toronto. It's very close. And King David gets the position, cuts the track a little bit, but is ahead of Albany. Slightly defense, but Albany wins the cold hearts. Don't think that will work. No, it doesn't work. So King David is now ahead of Ebony. And if you now look to the strategies, you see most players are opting for the soft to hard strategy. And I think Nisu Cam, Kasadi and Quinton need to make another stop, but will they make a bold move, try to stay in the DRS of the hard runners like the Renaults, or go for a 2-stop? Quinton had a look to Kasadi, he shows in the mirrors that he is there. Well, I will now make a move on King David. There's more temperature in his tires than when he came out of pits. He's too far away for a move. He doesn't do a ball dive bomb, luckily. Frederick is going to make use of his mediums. He goes for another set of medium, funny enough. But Syriot doesn't want to give up. They both fight it for the GP2 championship last season, but Frederick goes in front of Syriot. It was the same story in the last race at Abu Dhabi. But they're both on a different tire, so it isn't really a fair fight, if we are honest. And Senna is going closely to the rear of Gobbo. Gobbo is all race on this hard tire. It says it's on non-left, but I'll confirm he's been on the whole race on the hard tire. If you look at where he began, if I need to, yeah, he made it 12 places, so he started outside the top 10. And the gap is coming down quickly between Cam and Senna, as expected. Still no move from Quinton. He looks very close, but Gobbo can help Gobbo. Gobbo can help Cam, I mean, but as I said, that Senna makes a move, so it's a bit of a commentator's curse when I talk about things where Senna is close to. But Senna's now in second place, like before his pit stop. Gobbo in third, he came in fourth, and Gobbo's teammate Kasai in fifth. Let's move to an onboard of X-Gamer, who really wants to pass Gobbo quickly, otherwise he will lose DRS to his teammate Senna. Overtake is on and he'll get him. X-Gamer is just in the... it's just... they're in or he's just missed out. Hopefully he can stay in and stay in there. Now we can see the gap between Cam and Senna, 4 seconds. And I wonder where Cam got the wing damage from. I can't remember it anymore. Because Gobbo or Kasai was going very wide, but Gobbo goes into the pits. He did 18 laps on the hards. That's quite long, and which tire will he put on? You'll assume the soft tire, and he will. He goes for the hard to soft strategy. And away he goes, so what can he do? What can he make up? In which position will he rejoin? I think it will be in 10th place. Yeah, just... oh no, White Billy is contact between him and AAI car. Isn't helping him, but goes around the outside. Loses more time than he hoped for. But with the soft tire they are much quicker than the hards, but the hards last longer. So let's see what Gobbo can do with the softs. Even he has pitted another time, he goes now on for mediums. I think he's doing the 2-stop today. Yes, he made up 2 stops. Same for Frederick. New Potato and Frog Lover. And the rest is going for the 1-stop. As we have a yellow flag. It's 50 later. Frog retires. It's in the pits luckily. So we won't have problems with that. X-Game has managed himself to get into the DRS, or Senna was going a little bit off the throttle to hold him in DRS, so X-Game can't be attacked by Kasai and or if Quinten. With 10 laps to go here at the Bahrain Grand Prix, and we still don't know the winner. That's great. With Nigel Cam into the lead, but he has front wing damage and has opted to go after the softs to the mediums. Will he try to go to the end, or will he make another stop? In second place, the first of the hard runs is Senna, who is leading his teammate X-Gamer. Kasai is in 4th, Quinten is in 5th. Kasai and Quinten are on the mediums. Medium Crombie is in 6th on the hards. Chris, who started in 19th place, has made his way up to 7th. Gobbo, who did the opposite strategy with the harder softs, is in 8th, overtaking King David. Was not on stream, but he has overtaken him. Frederick rounds on the top 10. And we have Quinten going into pit, so Quinten will stop and put on a soft tire. Softs are on, so I will think these medium runners will have to make another stop. So that's music in the ears of Renault boys. Where will Quinten end up? Will be close with Gobbo. Can he put himself in front? No. Gobbo ahead. But Frederick... Oh no, it's both. I thought Frederick was close behind King David, but gives you late chase. There. I wonder when Cam and Kasai are going to pit. This race is leading to the hands of Senna and Renault. Will we maybe see a battle between the Renaults at the end? I don't know. They're working a lot together tonight, especially in this race. And we have a further safety car. Oh, we haven't. Nigel Cam is out! At the final corner he is out of the race! It all looks so promising, but I think he lost traction there. Yes, he lost pretty much the traction. Medium Crombie is opted to pit. Same as Kasai, that could be smart. So Kasai puts on the softs, doesn't lose as much time as with a normal safety car. Will they catch the Renaults? A negative in my opinion, negative. But Kasai comes out in 3rd, so he doesn't lose any positions. And that's a bit of a slap in the face for Quinten, who pitted for softs and again behind a Racing Point, but that's his teammate. We're back racing and Chris gets a drive through, but Quinten immediately on the attack goes down the inside on turn 4 with a block pass move. Great move from the McLaren driver, and can he now go to Kasai? It will be difficult. There's a 3-second gap. That's what the VSC can do when the other driver makes a pit stop and the other has pitted already. And we have both Williamses following King David. They're in the points, so that's music in the ears of every Williams fan. Hope they'll get a few in real life. They made it into Q2 a few times. I think from the free qualifying sessions 3 times. So that's good news. And Senna has broke the DRS to his teammate. So we have another Renault domination in GP in the SFR league racing. That's almost a familiar sign with the Renaults dominating. They're really the seems like they always have the quickest drivers, or Renault is at the moment where they are, and it's a really domination. Not really domination, really, with difference between 1 and 2 up. Being grumpy as overtaking King David. It's not really a fair battle, to be honest, with one in front of King David on the softs and one behind Frederick on the mediums. Can Frederick make a move on King David? Oh, very close to the rev, King David there. But stays behind as his teammate runs away. Probably as expected. But I think beating Crumpy can at the end knock to the door of Gobbo. Gobbo is on all the softs, and that will have a disadvantage for Gobbo at the end. Yeah, Frederick and King David are at it. Side by side they go, will get DRS. None of them, funny enough. So they are pretty equal about the detection point, but King David defends and stays ahead. But Frederick is fighting back and will stay behind for another lap or so. And Chris is waiting for his chance. Oh, Chris isn't waiting for his chance. He just puts it down the inside. And we have 3 different tires, 3 different teams, 3 different drivers. So a great fight between them all. Will Chris get it on the traction? Nope. But he is in the fight for P7. There's a yellow flag for oh, that's a serious coming off. Who lost his front wing. Big part. Very close to a lapped car. Moving on to the fight for P7 as Chris goes in for his drive-through. He got under the VSC. But Frederick is going for the outside. The long way round. He will make the move. Good job by the Williams driver. But can he defend from King David? He will. And Matty G in the comment section here made an interesting thing. He said when the VSC came out, interesting, some have pitted on the VSC. I guess no one watched what happened last night. And then you will ask what happened last night. He said, Thomas got disqualified for doing it. It does not register as a pit stop for some reason. As we lost Stuart, goes into pits and retires. Median Crumpy is at the back of Gobble, so will maybe the softs hurt Gobble, or yeah, these softs or medium Crumpy are much fresher. 3 laps. 3 laps is a big difference on the soft tire. Here we have him, medium Crumpy. Overtakes Gobble, and Gobble brakes late, but will he make a move on this second DRS straight? I don't think he will. The traction medium Crumpy got was much better. Much better. So, with that VSC happening, then Cassidy and Quinton pitted. I think a few others did, but I don't know the name anymore. But I know these two have opted to pit for the soft. Oh no, Cassidy was. And I think let's for now hold it on Cassidy, and maybe at starting the final lap we'll see a few disqualifications or something. And look at the gap between both Renaults, say almost 5 seconds, and they're always in 1 second. You can see when Niels Hulkamp dropped it, it's now a leading show. And can Cassidy maybe go to the back of X-Game? It's 6 seconds, 4 laps, maybe. Let's see, GD Savo says, I'm here for the last lap disqualifications. Maybe we'll see, that will be an interesting point. Hopefully it will be fixed in the next patch or in the future patch. Hopefully as quick as they can. There isn't much battling going on now for the final point between EJ and Ebony. Will Ebony make a move on EJ? Yes, of course he will. Of course he will, but goes a little bit deep. But will EJ make a move after better traction? But Ebony stays in front. Martin gets a 5-second time penalty and retires in the pits. That's what we like to see. And now we haven't got much battling going on, so we can relax a bit and see if there will be disqualifications starting the final lap, which is in 1.5 laps. Well, it was close with Cassidy and someone, but that's Martin, his AI car. But the gap now between Cassidy and X-Game is 4 seconds, and I think that's 2 seconds off. Let's start again for myself. He had 6 seconds starting the previous lap and is now going down by 2 seconds. And he gained already over 10th. Look at it, how it comes down. So maybe we'll have a battle with P2. At least on track. I don't know how the penalty situation is. Let's see. Can Cassidy battle for X-Game? He could pass it on a quicker tire with the same amount of laps on it. Can he do it with a different strategy? And Cassidy is one of the drivers who could be in danger for disqualification if he has the same glitch Topic got last night in GP3. Starting the penultimate lap with Senna in front, is going for, I think it is the first win in GP2, but it's going for 1-2 with Renault, X-Gamer in second and Cassidy in third for now. And if we get disqualified, we will have Quinton in third place and we'll have EJ back in the points. Or maybe New Potato who got a good qualifying. I think he lost quite a few positions. He did 8th, so he started 4th, now in 12th, so he hasn't had a race where he would love the wax tonight and at a later point. TNR Frederick is at the back of Gobbo, so the softs are gone for Gobbo. I think he pitted too early. I think he should stay out on the hards for 2 or maybe 3 more laps, but I don't know how much tire way he had on the hard. And Kasaidi is almost in the DRS range. But it's, I think he needs another lap. The race is a lap too short for him. And Frederick is already overtaking Gobbo. So we have Williams in 5th and 6th. We're both an overtake now, SKM and Kasaidi, so SKM doesn't want to have Kasaidi in his DRS, but Kasaidi doesn't get disqualified, so that's positive for him. And oh, Untitled Billy, his AI is getting in the way of Kasaidi, and I already see drivers who are leaving or rage quitting, retiring in the pits, like we have seen with Watts. I think pretty much all except from Young Lights have opted to retire in the pits, so that's what we like to see in SFR. So it seems like we haven't got disqualifications tonight, and that's positive. What is also positive is the way Senna has driven the race. He started 5th place, and he and Renault have made a good call to start, to have had the strategy to go straightly onto the hards and not put on medium what the rivals did. So here we have him to the line. Senna's already weaving, so Senna will win the Bahrain Grand Prix here in GP2. Quickly followed by SKM, and Kasaidi gets close, but not close enough. He will take 3rd. Kasaidi will come home in 4th, meeting Crumpy in 5th. And Gobbo has been off the track, but as his wheels on, Frederick comes home in 6th, King David in 7th, and we have a close battle between them. And oh, Chris gets it on the traction out of the final corner, 8th, but Gobbo takes P8 on penalties. And Ebony will get the final point if he doesn't get too much penalties. Let's see. No. These are the top 10, and here's Nude Potato opted for the fastest lap time. Let's put on the lap data. And what's the fastest time? It's 1:26.6, so we won't have a point for that today. But today we have Senna Martins, who wins the race, of course. But let's see, can Nude Potato take the fastest lap? No, he can't. That's the GP2 race here at Bahrain with quite a run. Domination. King Davis is the driver of the race, started from 20th and came home out of my mind in 7th. Here we have him, Senna Martins, celebrating with his teammate alongside him, and Kasaidi with the racing points made it onto the podium. We'll have a chat with them, of course, but first of all we'll do the rundown. The rundown through the grid. I mean the results. Grid we had an hour earlier. As I said, you know the top 3 now, Senna, XM and Kasaidi. Then we have 2 South Africans with Quentin and Mead and Crumpy, 4th and 5th. Frederick in 6th. Then we have an all British securing the final points with King David, driver of the day, Gobbo in 8th, Chris in 9th with a drive through penalty, and Ebony in 10th. Then outside the points are EJ, New Potato, James Julius and Untitled Billy, and the DNFs of today are Martin, Surriot, Niesel, Cam, dropped it out of the lead, Frog Lover, Rage and Young Lights, who didn't secure the win. Or didn't secure his pole position, I would mean. So I'll invite now the the top 3 and I'll be back with you shortly. I'm back, and I've invited the top 3. Let's see. Hopefully they will all join, but I'll now go to the showroom and showing the Renault, which was the fastest car today. There we have it. And we have our race winner already. He's the quickest on track, but also quickest to onto the podium. Senna, congratulations!
Always the quickest. Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Fun to hear. So, you did with your team in the soft to hard strategy, and it seems like it was the quickest, and you beat your rivals with the strategy.
Yeah.
Was it the plan from you both, or?
I think we normally were gonna do the one stop for me and the two stop for Xander, because we wanted to do something different and try different things. But as we both had a very good quali, we didn't expect it to qualify as high. I think we both said if we want a chance to get a podium today, we're gonna need that one stop, because we practiced so much this week, and the one stop was clearly the fastest strategy of the two stop. And yeah, it worked out perfectly for both of us. It was quite risky, because I think Sander his starts around 80% at the end of the race. So yeah, it was worth it.
Oh, that's maybe why he dropped off, or did you put on another gear?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alright, lads.
So I will congratulate you with your. I think it's your first win in GP2. Am I right? So
this is my first podium as well. So yeah, very happy.
Congratulations, and
thank you.
I think you will be close with taking over the championship lead, if I'm right.
Yeah, possibly. I was fourth last time and Walker didn't compete, so possibly down close.
Yeah, anybody finished last week in second at only 1 point, so I'll see if your teammate has joined.
Yeah, but he didn't have the invite, so maybe you should invite him again, because he was
I had invited him, but let's have a talk with Kasaidi. Congratulations with your third place, and
Cassidy, my man.
oh, damn, I did the whole race wrong. I'm sorry.
I know. Great battle with the Reynolds at the start. They had a good strategy afterwards. And then when I fitted, the last lap, Lloyd Billy's fucking car up to me for the second place. I just got in the way and had to slow down. So it's a good battle.
Yeah, sadly that AI car holded you up to maybe challenge X-Gamer, but Was your plan to do the two-stop? That's how you did. You did the two-stop with others, and the Renault boys opted for the one-stop. Did you even think about the one-stop, or?
No, I was planning the two stops. I knew if I could try and catch him, I had the pace and the soft tyres at the end, but it just wasn't to be.
Yeah, it was a lap too long, it really was. But congratulations with your third place, and let's move on to X Gamer. Are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Congratulations with your second place, and
Thank you.
I heard that your tires were almost at puncture levels at the end.
Yeah, I was so scared to get a puncture.
That's maybe why you dropped really off.
Yeah, I was slowing down to don't get a puncture, because it was really difficult. If I stayed pushing, I definitely got a puncture.
I don't have many questions for you more in mind, but congratulations to you all three, and see you next week at the Vietnam Grand Prix. And what are your all guys' opinion about the new track? Let's start off with Senna.
The track itself, I don't think it's a very good track. It's like 4 straights and yeah, some corners. But my pace should be alright. I think once again my quali pace will be less than my race pace, so I'm hoping to finish in the top 5 again.
Again, what's your opinion about the track?
I don't have an opinion yet. I did only 10 laps on it, I think, so yeah, we will see.
And final off with Cassidy, if I'm now right.
Just call me Cass, right? We'll just call us Cass, right boys? Just call us Cass. Well, it's probably a good qualifying. That's what it's on the qualifying. If you're starting at the back, you're fucking had it, you know what I mean? It's a great track. So, you need to be in the top 10 to beat anywhere in the race. Top 5 moving qualifying.
Okay, and then I will end the stream now. So congratulations to everyone who watched it with me, the GP2 race. It was a very interesting race, and tomorrow we'll have hopefully another interesting race with GP1. And have a good night everyone, and see you all guys tomorrow.